Welcome to session 5, creating your fan page magnet blueprint. So how to use your mind maps and flowcharts to create your ultimate customer experience. And in this case, we're going to start out with using flowcharts. And what I found is that most of us learn, think, and remember in pictures. And flowcharts are great for figuring out steps and sequences. So here's an example of a flowchart of my website, the Attract Customers Now website. And on the upper left, we have the home page and the tabs, and then all of those flow to the free training and newsletter. Then there's a program catalog that flows into the book sales page or the upsell program, or the ultimately to the thank you page and the members area. And all of this started with a very simple flowchart like this. I had a Sharpie, a couple of Sharpies, and a piece of blank paper to figure out how am I going to get traffic from Facebook to my website and ultimately turn that into paying customers. So get people to give me their email addresses so I can build my list, get those people to the sales page, and ultimately to check out as a customer. So what I did here is I took that design that you saw there on the left-hand side, that simple piece of paper that I drew out, and I sent it to my designer. And by the way, you can do this on Fiverr for $5. So you can just take that drawing and send it to someone on Fiverr who will put something like this together for you for $5. Now, I did send this to my professional designer, but it cost me a little bit more than that, but you don't have to spend nearly as much. You can do it very, very inexpensively. So again, the whole point was to get a visual representation of my optimal customer flow sequence. And again, back to my website, showing how are we going to get people from Facebook to my website, and then from there, where are they going to go, with the aim of keeping it as simple as possible. I'm going to take a sip of water here. Excuse me one second. So now we can visually see what's going to happen, and you don't have the opportunity to see this flow when you're just looking at your website. Here's another thing that's really important, and that is to see how your email sequences are going to flow. And so in this case, when I successfully turn a browser into a fan, somebody who likes my Facebook page, and get them over to my website and they give me their email address, what's going to happen after that? Well, I would need a new lead email autoresponder sequence. And so my new lead email autoresponder sequence is going to have the purpose of driving people back to the website to get back to the sales page. That's what it does. That's its sole purpose, is sending emails that my customers will value to get them to click and come back and give them another opportunity to purchase my product or service. And so you can see on the left-hand side, I had to figure out, first I had to figure out on the right-hand side, well, what do I want people to do? Well, we want people to give me their email and then come to the sales page. And then for those people who successfully purchase, we want them to log into the members area. On the left-hand side, we have to have several different emails that automatically come out for different reasons to make an optimal customer flow experience. So it's not just a new lead autoresponder. There's a shopping cart abandonment sequence. There's a declined card sequence. There's an email success password and login sequence. When somebody actually makes it all the way through, they are going to get a different email than the new lead email. There's a new customer email autoresponder sequence that helps people for our upsell subscription product. And then finally, our Platinum Coaching Club. So those are all different sequences, and I never would have been able to figure out by sitting down and writing the emails first. I had to lay this out on a very simple piece of paper with some boxes, handed it to my designer, and my designer created this. And the reason why is because this, I realize, looks really messy, but the reality is it's actually quite organized because I took the time first to draw out what is the optimal customer flow experience. And I'm showing you this to help you understand that if you don't first draw it out, it will get really messy. And the thing is, your customers, it'll be hard for your customers to have an optimal flow experience if you don't take the time first to draw it out. Because what this is the expanded version of the previous page. So in the new lead autoresponder sequence in the upper left yellow, there's 8 emails that come after somebody logs in. Over the subsequent 21 days, people are going to get 8 emails, and those are 8 more opportunities for them to come back and purchase the product and service. And then, of course, there's the new customer email autoresponder sequence, and then the customer follow-up autoresponder sequence on the left-hand side. Then on the right-hand side, we have what happens after somebody comes in, or that declined card sequence. How do we get them back to try and put in a different card so that we don't lose the customer? There's an amazing amount of customers lost at the point of sale where they're putting in their credit card and something doesn't work. They want to buy your product, they want to give you their money, but something happened and it didn't work. And so they gave up and they left and they never come back, and you totally lost the sale. So these are the kind of things that we want to figure out the optimal customer flow experience. And this is the example of my website. So you can see in the flowchart on the upper left at the top, we've got the home page and we've got my various tabs. So tab 1, get likes, make sales, tab 2, and so on. So this is the home page. So this is the initial opt-in page when somebody comes in to attractcustomersnow.com. This is tab 1. So this is the boost engagement. Get likes, make sales. This is tab 2, 100,000 likes. This is tab 3, attracting customers. This is tab 4, our fan reviews or social proof. Tab 5, about me. And then our product catalog, and then our members area. I never could have had such a clean, easy to use, well-designed website that has such a good customer flow experience had I not taken the time to draw out what my customer flow experience should be in the first place. The other thing is the email autoresponders follow along with tab 1, 2, 3, and so on. Each email autoresponder brings a prospective customer back to one of those tabs, which is another opportunity for them to buy. And then finally, the other most important part of this is figuring out how to optimize your sales funnel. And so I see a lot of websites. It's hard to figure out how to buy from you. It's hard to figure out how. So a lot of us, and I'm very, very guilty of this, when I first put together my website, it was really hard for people to figure out how to check out and how to buy. And I was scratching my head wondering, why do I only have a 1% conversion rate? Well, it's because it was really hard for people to figure out how to get to the sales page and how to click the buy button. And what I discovered is when I draw this out on a piece of paper, what did I actually want to have happen? Well, I wanted people to give me their email address, which people can do on the home page, or actually you can do on any page of my website. You can give me your email address. And what do I want to have happen after that? I want you to be on the sales page after that and click the big yellow Get Instant Access button. And then finally, I want you to be on a thank you page that gives you some instructions and tells you what to do so you know what to expect, so that you know how to log in and you know how to have this optimal customer flow experience. Well, what I'm showing you here now on this page is our Google Analytics, where we went and looked at the Google Analytics. And before I had done this, I had a very, very low conversion rate. Nobody was buying my website. It was hard enough to get people there, but once they were there, nobody was buying. So I was just getting absolutely killed. And what I had found is that when I installed Google Analytics and I started tracking what's happening, I found out that people were getting lost because I had a very complex sales funnel. People couldn't find my buy button. They couldn't find out how to get to the product, and they just left. Well, once I did that, and I took out a pen and paper and I scribed this out, I said, okay, let's make this really simple. home page for email, gets them to the sales page to buy, and then a thank you page. That's it. That's the sales funnel. We went from a 1% conversion to an 11% conversion. We literally got not just 10 times higher conversion, but 11 times higher conversions, just because I took the time to draw this out and measure and figure out what was happening on my website. So for you, here's the exercise we're going to do right now. The first thing I want you to do is to take out a blank piece of paper. And on the left side of the blank piece of paper, you're going to draw boxes that are going to represent your Facebook content to drive traffic to your website. This is an example of what it's going to look like. And in the boxes, feel free to use the exact boxes that I use, or you can use your own. Everybody's going to be different, and you've got a blank piece of paper. So this is your opportunity to carve out your optimal customer flow experience. So on the left-hand side, I've got how do we first have content on our Facebook page? And the content has different purposes. The photo album stack helps us increase likes, and we're going to get into the detail in session 8 on the photo album stack. Photo of the day helps us drive traffic, targeted traffic to the website. So does the article stack. You're going to learn those in the next sections. Our photo contest helps us increase likes, and our quote of the day helps us increase engagement. So then we want to drive traffic to our website. Well, what do we want to have happen when people come on our website? The first thing we want to do is we want to get their email address. So if they go to the home page, or in my case, on my website, any page you're on, you can give me your email address. Every page you're on, you can give me your email address. Then the next thing we want you to do is when you get somebody's email address, it's generally called a squeeze page. And then what happens after that? Well, then I want them to go to the sales page. And then we have an online chat feature that can help answer questions and walk someone through the sales page. But you can see how simple this is. It's just boxes on the left and boxes on the right to develop an optimal customer flow experience. What is the experience that your customers are seeking that they would think would be the best, and how can you help them fulfill that? Go ahead and do that exercise right now, and we will see you on section 6, creating content to maximize likes.